What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. For those who catch a replay, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications when we do these live chats. You can take part right along with us. So this is kind of the old time slot that I used to go live in. I've been waking up earlier and earlier. Got a lot going on during the day, so it's kind of I got to get in where I can fit in kind of thing with the live stream. Because I got a second round of cardio and another round of sauna to go do in a little while, as well as some more content to do and stuff. So I got quite the busy afternoon, evening ahead. So I couldn't really go for 4 or 5 o'clock Central like I've been doing for quite a while now. So 3 o'clock block, it is what it is. I don't expect a huge crowd. I know a lot of people are at work right now and so on. It is a holiday, though. Happy Memorial Day to everyone and anyone that has served, lost someone that has served. We sure appreciate over here anyways, our armed forces, both retired and active duty. Sure appreciate all of you. As far as Scent choice, Back to the Well, it never gets old. Zaharoff Signature Seraphine Blue. 5 days left of the pre-sale. I pinned the link in the chat. The juice level continues to drop. Such a good fragrance. Can't wait for everybody to smell it. I can't wait. A lot of people are going to really like this fragrance. Like it as much as me? I don't know. I might stand alone. Who knows? But a lot of people are going to really like this fragrance. So I bought some fragrances from Fragrance Buy. And we'll get this one out the way. I finally remembered to rebuy a bottle of Legend Spirit, which we won't cover this one. I got a few sprays I've been hoarding forever in my 30 ml, so I finally finished that bottle off. We got a 100 ml tester of Legend Spirit, finally. So I can start wearing that fragrance again. I put off getting a bottle for years. Been meaning to do that. Then we got Camuto Homme Intenso. Camuto Homme is my favorite from the brand. It's a beautiful gin and tonic, fresh, spicy citrus fragrance. I've never even looked at the notes on this flanker. I have high hopes. There we go, finally. I have high hopes. It was like 36 bucks. Then I saw these two This Is Him flankers. Didn't even look at the notes. Said, screw it. Why not? Vibes of Freedom. And this is really him. 100 ml, 50 ml. We grabbed them. And then they restocked the new packaging, Valentino Uomo Intense, the 2021 packaging with the studded collar. I've been meaning to get it for years. I haven't smelled this fragrance, the old version anyways. I haven't smelled this fragrance in probably 4 years or so, maybe even longer. It's been a long time. So finally added it to the collection. We'll see how much leather and vanilla this actually has versus what I remember about the old version. So we're mainly going to sniff on those 4. We'll wait till around the 10-minute or so mark and dive into it. Let's get caught up in the chat. Bilbo Fraggins, good to see you. Philosophy about to buy Scent Split Sample Haul, Porthole, Virgin Island Water, Lamar, Homme 4, Tuxedo, The Forward, French Defense, Vibrato, Gris Charnel, X Straight, and Carlisle. Well, go ahead with your bad self. Paris Corner, Kisa Delicious. I never tried that one. That's a newer one. Nowhere NC that I figured this would be the case for a lot of people. Hope you like Camuto Homme Intenso. Salute you veterans. Thank you for your service. Molinar Gingembre. Hell yeah. Happy Memorial Day. Prada Luna Rosa Ocean Le Parfum, which I have not gotten yet, but I will have it. I will have it at some point. Good to see Joe wearing Hawas Ice. Chapard Leather Malaki coming soon. Well, I'm going to need that. Yeah, that's going to be a must. Pre-order Citrine. Can't wait. Yeah, grab your bottles of Citrine. They are available. Parfums de Marly Calan, my personal favorite. Timeless classic, all-time great and cool water. Good to see you, sir. Trust you're well. I can't complain. I mean, I can, but nobody will care. Just the usual shit I get on a daily basis. I'm a child. I'm a 12-year-old. I put out a shoe review today. You know how they see these things? Because they're either subscribed to me or they engage with my content and watch me so much that I'm on an algorithm. So they see my community post. Because, yeah, there's that. Shout out to the dude that commented on my shoe video like 20 minutes ago or whatever I saw it, that I remind him of a 12-year-old. If I remind you of a 12-year-old, sir, you have the most uninteresting, boring, joyless life possibly ever. If I remind you of a 12-year-old, I don't look like a 12-year-old. I don't have the income of the 12-year-old. I don't have the hobbies or the daily life of a fucking 12-year-old, you dumbass. So thank you for your view. And we carry on from here. So as I was, that was just the one I just read. There's been more than that, but that was the one I just read. These fucking dudes, I'm telling you. Dudes, we'll call them. It's just fresher. It would be redundant, but if you love Hawas and have this, oh, you're talking about Hawas Ice. Ice is a backup bottle. Yeah, I lean to ice a little bit more these days. Musk Therapy. Dan, not the man wearing Bonnie. Great choice. Will, good to see you, sir. Indeed. Everyone's enjoying their Memorial Day weekend. Quest, good to see you, sir. Mercedes-Benz Club Extreme. Good to see you, sir. Kevin, good to see you. Antoine, always a pleasure. Wooden Rolly. How are you? Cocktails and catamarans. Now we're talking. Amzi with some blue hearts. All right, then. Randy, good to see you, sir. Testing French Riviera today. Hope your day is going well and keeping on with your journey. Indeed, I am, sir. Indeed, I am. Good to see you, Randy. I hope you enjoy French Riviera. It's going to break my heart if you don't like that one. There's always that possibility because I love me some French Riviera. Ethan, good to see you, sir. Diorum Cologne in this Texas humidity. Yes, I got tons of videos for that, my man. Tons of videos. I'm not going to give you one recommendation because there is no one best recommendation. There's a bunch of really good recommendations. I got a bunch of content on that, my man. Coach Open Road on the way home from just stopping in. Good to see you, Fuzz, man. Latafa Honor and Glory today. Kaylin, good to see you. ATH Legend on this hot-ass day. Happy to make a live stream because of the time difference usually in the replay gang. You must be across the pond on the other side over there. If it's a decent time for you, because it's early for a lot of people here in the States. I say early because a lot of them still at work, you know. Speaking of people that it's a better time for, good to see you, Roy. A time for a live for me. See, there you go. I can actually watch it all today. Wearing Haltane. Never tried that one. Kajira. Always a pleasure. Big Dog, happy Memorial Day to you as well. Polo Blue Parfum, enjoying this beautiful day off. I'm glad to hear, sir. Would it be redundant to have both Missoni Homme? Yes. They both smell very much like Bleu de Chanel. It'd be very, very redundant to have both for sure. Always great catching these lives. Wearing Frank Olivier Oud Touch. Good to see you, sir. Gonna have to save and get Rosé or Seraphim. I would encourage getting samples of both. See which one you like. You might only like one. You might like neither. You might love both. I don't know. I'd recommend samples though. Added nutmeg, just a masterpiece. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to start with what I believe. I always try to start with what I think is going to be the freshest and work my way to the darkest. So we'll see. Good to see you, sir. Vibrant summer. Hell yeah. Salute to the troops. Indeed. 1 million lucky. Great choice. The sneakers were fine. They slept on, man. I got them for like $70. Cheap. 60 something, $70, 76, somewhere around there. You can pay a lot. Cheap. The days of crazy resale are not what they were a few years ago. Thank God. The sneaker market's kind of leveled out because there was a stretch where I just would not buy sneakers because the resellers just were destroying it. Now they destroy the fragrance community. Can't catch a break. All my hobbies, they got crazy resellers with stuff. What's a relatively affordable niche? Not Cedrat Boisé for, again, I got a bunch of videos on that kind of stuff, man. Cedrat Boisé is not the one I would have picked right there. I would have said Mancera Wild Fruits. It's actually even fresher. Or any of Mancera's fresh fragrances, Sicily, Wave Musk. Insert name of fresh Mancera. They're all good. Bentley Momentum Unbreakable. Allure Sport. That's good stuff. Sapil Bound and Victorioso Victory. All right, then. Luis, good to see you, sir. Dior Doom. Never tried that one. I've never tried that one. Yes, sir. Speaking of a great Mancera Freshie, Sicily. There you go. Hell yeah. Good stuff. Oh, to cheap. Good afternoon, my man. Cleaning house and setting up new fragrance shelves in a day for Car Black. Me, a mixture of Legend Spirit and YEDT. To me, straight up YEDP. To me. But I see where you're coming from. Glad to have you here, though. Greg, good to see you, sir. Indeed. And wearing Brioni Intense. Good stuff. I like French Riviera. I just don't think it's like wow. It's the vibe for me, man. It's the feeling. It's because the scent profile is not wow. It's not a wow profile. Simplistic, soapy, sea breeze, super easy. Yeah, it's an easy vibe fragrance. Kick Squiffy, good to see you. Polo 67. Kick Squiffy approved. FWO Wolfpack for life. Dope or Jordan 12s. Gold Star families, indeed. Carlisle, maybe BDK Riviera. Want another niche. Ross, buddy. You're fucking shredded more every day. That's the plan. I did have some, I've gotten some carbs in me. I'm actually up a few pounds on the scale, but it's all water. I'm filling out a little bit right now since we're doing the show at the end of June instead of the one this weekend. So instead of zero carb and just, depleting like crazy, I'm going to fill out a little bit more, maybe to put another pound or so of muscle on. But thank you for the compliment. Creed Original Santal, underappreciated gem. I could not agree more. Your opinion on King of the Ring, Walter finish, wrong. Now the finish was shit. I still would have liked. I mean, they're still going to make their way from with the Randy and Cody story because they teased it on SmackDown. So I thought for sure Randy was going to win, but Gunther winning, that's still a great choice. You know, it's an accolade he needs more than Randy needs. So let me skip ahead a little bit because we are over 10 minutes. It's time to dive into the first one. I see we got 120 people so far in the chat. Please hit that thumbs up. Kind of a bigger crowd than I anticipated considering the time of day, but it is a holiday. People are home. Maybe the barbecue hasn't started yet, you know. Let's see. Let me skip down a little bit. Let me get close to the bottom. Pick up Cosmic Pepper and Pacific Chill Twist from Fragrance Buy. I get YEDP with Fakar. Love the dry down. Seraphine Blue. Smash that like button. Probably Rosa EDT. Good to see you, sir. Another one wearing bunny. We got two in the chat wearing bunny. So I'm going to go with what I think is going to be the freshest of the bunch with Vince Camuto Homme Intenso. I think. I've never looked at the notes. I don't know. I'm going based off the original being really fresh. I would assume this is maybe a spot. When the picture I paint in my mind with the name is spicier. I don't know. I could be way off. We're about to find out, though. Big 100 ml bottle, navy blue instead of the beautiful royal blue of the original. Caps clicked well into place. They have really good atomizers, which is actually lined up. This top's a little loose. It's okay. One good spray, kind of a spritz and a half almost. Definitely reminds me of the original. It is a little bit spicier and it's much fruitier. Still get the gin tonic smell. It does smell like a more intense take on the original. They actually did an appropriate flanker. Vince Camuto a little quick soft live stream clap. That is good. If you like the original Vince Camuto Homme, you will like this because that's my favorite Vince Camuto fragrance. Now, initial thoughts, smelling it at first, I still like the original more. The freshness and the heavy tonic water that one has. It's I don't want to say the most unique freshie, but it doesn't remind me of everything else. So it kind of stands on its own. Really, I've always really appreciated that fragrance. It's not a whole lot sweeter. There's a light sweetness added on top of what the original was. It is a little bit more like woody spice and a little bit fruitier. I think that's the sweetness difference here. So let's pull these notes up. I do like it. I don't think it's like amazing, oh my God, phenomenal, but it is good. It's good cheapy. Blue cypress, cinnamon, ginger, jasmine, mugwort, pine, Sicilian bergamot. So definitely a lot more spice here. Cinnamon, ginger. Green makes sense, but I get a little bit more of a fruitiness. So there must be a lot of this bergamot or something. And I still smell the original's gin and tonic smell. The green and the spice make a lot of sense, though. Very much more of a spring summer fragrance. I mean, a spring fall fragrance, where the original is very much a like hot spring and summer fragrance. This is spicier. This is more of a green spice, as you can see here, but there's a lot of fresh, like musky, clean gin and tonic and spiciness to the original. I still prefer the original. Not by a wide margin. This is still a solid fragrance. I think it's very good stuff. 7 out of 10 kind of fragrance. It's very good fragrance. Not special. Solid pickup. Great rack store find if you happen to find it. If you're adding something cheap to a cart online that hit a certain, I want to get free shipping or whatever the case is, and you're just looking for a new cheapy kind of something that's going to continue to fly under the radar, I'm sure, that's actually a really good fragrance. You might want to look into this one. It's nothing super special. It's passable, but it's still really nice at the same time. Like, point being, I don't think it's a must-have. It's not something where I'm like, guys, you really should get this. It's nothing serious like that. But it does have some merit. It has some charm. I do like it. This is a good freshie for the transitional seasons of spring and fall. But I think it'll work in summer, but I think the original is better for summer. This is good. Very good. Hence the 7 out of 10. Again, not special. If it smelled like that much more of an amped up version of the original, it might be an 8 out of 10. Because while I do smell the original in this, I smell the differences just as much, if not more. It's kind of what I expected it to be, honestly. And I'm good with that. 7 out of 10. I'm starting off with that at a 7. Put that right there. And we'll just dive right into the next one. What the hell? Why not? I'm assuming this one will be fresh-ish. Zadig and Voltaire. Let me pull this down. This is him, Vibes of Freedom. Grab the 50 ml. That was what they had. So, sure. I don't own any This Is Him flankers. I just own This Is Him. So these first two are new for me. Love the bottle. I always have. With its distinctive shape. Has that slant in the glass with the ripple. Love the design. They don't get a lot of shine. Zadig and Voltaire. You know, you don't see a lot of hype around them or anything like that. I haven't tried a bunch of stuff from them outside of This Is Him. Give it one good spray. See what we're working with. So the original is very much a vanilla sandalwood, kind of smoky, pretty much like a smoky vanilla, creamy sandalwood, nice and ambery, in the vein of something like Mercedes-Benz Club Black. I don't think I'm going to get much of that here. Could be wrong, but that's what the original smells like. I still get ambery sandalwood. It is fresher, but it still smells like This Is Him. It smells that much more like sandal. It smells like a lot of sandalwood, actually. I don't think it's as good as the original. Like initially, right now in the moment, just okay. I like Vince Camuto Om Intenso more than this. I didn't see that coming. It's good. It's not great. A little disappointed. I didn't really have high expectation, though. Kind of feeling what they're feeling here. 6.6 out of 10, 84 ratings. Woody, yeah, very much. Fresh, spicy, synthetic sweets. We got mandarin orange, French lavender, Guatemalan cardamom, frankincense, American cedar. So it's cedar, not sandalwood. I could have swore it was sandalwood. Indonesian patchouli. So what's making it creamy then? So I got this warm woodiness. A cedar does kind of make sense here because there's a little bit of a sharpness, but I get creamy at the same time. Maybe it's the patchouli. It's giving me that slight creaminess I'm picking up here. And I get a strong, like warm amber smell, but there's nothing here for that. Spice from cardamom, sure, because there's clear spice. I just couldn't pinpoint what kind of spice. Incense, huh? Yeah. I wouldn't call it all that smoky, though. This is a solid fragrance. Like where they're at right here with 6.6. I'm kind of right there at 6.5, better than good. It's not special. I think the original is superior. Like in every way, it's so much more enjoyable to sniff on. Whereas this is not a bad fragrance. It's just kind of like a generic woody aromatic. A little bit of a smoky nuance. I don't really get the orange here. Like it's almost like it's missing something. Like it's void of something that's giving it that little sprinkle of magic to make it special. Again, it's okay. Solid. It's better than good. You know, it's not an average fragrance. It is above average at 6.5 out of 10 because just good, just average would have been 5 and 5.5. So we're above that at a 6.5, but yeah, nothing special. I do like Vince Camuto Homme Intenso more. A little bit of disappointment here. I got to spend time with it. Maybe it'll grow on me a bit. Again, it does not smell bad at all. It's just almost a little uninspired, like they didn't really try. Like I smell the base DNA here. I smell This Is Him in this fragrance. But for as simple as that fragrance is, it smells like it's more interesting. It's just a more enjoyable scent over this. It's not so much fresher. It's solid, better than good, but it doesn't even crack into the very good territory for me. Kind of a disappointment, but not a bad fragrance. Just a little disappointing. Had higher hopes. I didn't have high expectations, but yeah, I just hope it would have been better than this. Very woody dominant. If you like super woody, heavy cedar with some patchouli, yeah, you'll quite enjoy it. Take a nice sip. Let's get caught up on the chat. We got two more. We're going to pace ourselves a little bit here. TAC, good to see you, sir. Okay, so that's where I was, right around here. Yeah, that's where I had finished. Happy Memorial Day to you as well, sir. One day, the top 10 best hats on your other channel would be nice. I understand the situation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That's a man that pays attention to my content right there. I appreciate that. So my French Riviera, I can't catch it for weeks now. It literally sells out in minutes. I've noticed that. Anytime it comes in stock, it goes. Yes, sir. Sean, good to see you, sir. Kenzo EDP. Sunday night, Coco Loco. Do you see Chapard has John Carlo, I think, is who mentioned it earlier. Leather Malaki coming. I'm definitely gonna want to get that. I couldn't tell you what that smells like. It's in a few fragrances. I couldn't tell you distinctively what it smells like. Wearing cookout scent with a little barbecue sauce. LOL. Hope everyone's having a great day. I sure am, and I'm glad to hear you're having a good time with a cookout, man. Rack stores are stocking back up. I picked up Vibrant Summer, Lacoste. Ooh, Lacoste Blanc Oh Intense. That's my favorite one. Halloween Man, alt fragrance Aventus clone inspired. Scary accurate clone video is doing great. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. Today's video of fragrances I hate is doing pretty well, as I assumed it would. You know, people want to see me shit on some fragrances sometimes. It's all right. It's not gonna happen often because there's really not that many that I come across that it's like I could put in something that I hate, because hate's a really strong word. Do I come across stuff that's maybe not for me? You know, don't come across as special. Here you go. It stuff happens, but nothing where it's like, huh, this is shit. It's not. So I don't come across a ton of stuff like that, you know? And I got because, you know, we constantly see that, you know, you like all these things. That's because most, shout outs to EQ. It's the greatest quote of all time, because most fragrances smell good. Being overly critical is just for entertainment. Overly critical is just that. It's overly critical. It's unnecessary. They're fragrances. They're made to smell good. Some people have different taste from one another. It's natural. And what's really good to another person might just be okay or below average. It's a highly opinionated space. You know what I mean? So that overly critical shitting all over fragrances, that's just entertainment value. It's not. Very few fragrances deserve that kind of fucking dog and pony show where this is just scum, this is awful, this is complete shit. They should, what were they thinking? That's so rare. It's so rare. And if you see a lot of that, they're just trying to entertain or provide entertainment or trying to gain some legitimacy. Like, look, I'm not a shill. You know, it's a lot of that kind of shit, guys. So most things smell good. It's hard for me anyways. It's pretty hard to find stuff that it's just like, this is fucking awful. Today you got those, and I knew Homme was going to be, and sure enough, Homme's the one where it was, you know, it bothered some people, and I anticipated it. It's just one of those fragrances. It just doesn't work for me. It's the one I could tolerate out of those six, but still, if I got to pick stuff that I hate, it's going to be in there every time. Let me think. Would be a good one. If you haven't tried Kenzo Homme EDP, you should. While making steaks, hydrating with Parish Brewing Cane Break. Hell yeah. Vince Camuto Om Intenso isn't my favorite, but honestly been laying off cheapies for more higher end since. Hey, that's a good way to go about it, man. Vibes of Freedom's a barbershop scent. It's very cedar dominant. Very cedar and patchouli dominant for me. Rock for him solid. I've heard it is. I know they got several that are pretty good. I just haven't tried them as far as the flankers. Sally, good to see you, my man. Wearing gold oud. I never tried that one. Oud Sultani, never tried that one. Good to see you, sir. Coco Loco. Out of the boat doing a little bit of fishing. Just got travel sprays of Wila Parfum and Sarah Sicily and a bottle of Nitro White. 17 ml of Juicy Maximus. Hell yeah. And 3 ml of Mind Games French Defense. Whew. I'm excited for you. It's a great haul. That's a great haul. And I'm getting whiffs of Homme Intenso right now. That is getting better. I like Homme Intenso more than This Is Him Vibes of Freedom. I do. Kara, good to see you. Chrome Pure. Great choice. Great choice. It's the next designer I was going to buy tomorrow. The only one in stores around here, so you can't test it. Already have the Homme Intense. If you give it an 8.75 or higher, I'm buying it. Well, don't put that kind of pressure on me. But what I remember of it, it's in the realm of a 9. But we'll see. It's going to be an in-the-moment emotion kind of thing. I'm confident it'll be an 8 or better. I mean, I can just throw that out there for you now. It's going to be a great fragrance or better. Will it be outstanding? I don't know. Because my favorite of this style is really Gentleman EDP. Big fan of that one. I know not everybody feels that way. I prefer it to Dior Homme Intense. Honestly, I prefer Blue Noir Parfum to both of those. That's like 9 out of 10 for sure for me. It's solid. It's been a while since I've smelled it. It's citrus green, good stuff. Nerd says, good to see you, sir. Wearing them off some Milestone. Good to see you, Rafe. Purple Suede. Ooh, great choice. Have you heard anything from baristas? I've never heard of this company. The king of the super chat has arrived. Happy Memorial Day to you as well, sir. Green Pearl by Thameen. I have not tried that one. I sure appreciate the super chat, and I'm glad to see you're doing well, sir. Frenchie Lavande. Frenchie Lavande. Not familiar with it. I've heard it is. I don't know. I try to stay away from the discontinued talk because every time I'm like, yep, something discontinued. Next thing you know, everybody's like, no, it's not. Look, it's for sale. Look, you can get it. Look, no. TLTG, you don't know what you're talking about. So I fucking try to get away from that shit. If it's discontinued, I'll let you guys tell me. People are wild, man. It keeps coming back in stock because there could just be stock floating around out there. Eventually, if it is actually discontinued, eventually that'll dry up and you'll see prices skyrocket. So let me skip down a little bit. A little late, just picked up Vibrant Summer from Burlington. And it's fine. That's like cheapy pickup of the year. My second favorite cheapy pickup would be Varvatos XX Indigo, the blue bottle. I'm loving that fragrance. I'm going to drop a couple probably 3 individual reviews tomorrow that I'm working on. Dumont Scapler, Baharara. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Double blue and probably Mont Blanc Legend blue. And then I'm going to spend a little bit more time with I'm going to start wearing King. I'm going to wear Bad Boy Dazzling Garden some more and do reviews on both of those as well. What else was I going to bring up that I want to do a review on? I have them all set to the side. Oh, the whole point of that was XX Indigo. I want to do a full review on that one as well. I kind of got them piled to the side, minus these 2. I'm wearing these the next 2 days. The other ones I'm just doing random test sprays because I've already done, full wearings of them. Whereas these I need to do full wearing still. I've done test sprays so far. Good to see you, sir. Toy Boy smells amazing. Look forward to wearing it. It's definitely a good fragrance. So Rick has arrived. Where's Rick? I didn't see RXL. There he goes. It's amazing how many people are in this fragrance space but don't actually like fragrances. I'll say it again. Most fragrances smell good. Yes, they do, Rick. Yes, they do. I firmly believe the estrogen level is really, really high in this community. I really do. And then they'll say stupid shit like, oh, you're on steroids. Okay, now what, bitch? I am. Didn't make your day better, did it? Daily arguments with bullshit, Rick. I know you know. Daily arguments with bullshit that I don't let see the light of day. The comments I get rid of because I delete comments. I block people. I'm such a horrible person. It's my fucking channel. Y'all can say whatever you want about me on your own shit, your own little groups, your own little fucking echo chambers, your own little forums. Don't come to my fucking channel and think I'm going to leave it and engage and deal with the bullshit. Say whatever the fuck you want, free speech, whatever the fuck you want about me elsewhere. Don't come to my house wanting to say the shit because I'm not going to tolerate it. Ooh. Wanting me to get up moving. No, we're doing a live stream. We're not getting up and moving right now. I haven't tried Vetiver Gris. I really love the brand, though. Jacques Fath has some great fragrances, man. Glad you could make it. Absolutely. Code EDP 2024, fresh green mandarin, nutmeg, tonka bean, sweet, gorgeous release. So is it different from the last version? Because I love the last version, my favorite version of Code. The last version of Code EDP? I haven't tried the new one. Did they reformulate it or just rebottle it? Great choice, Paul. A lot of people wearing that one today. Yes, very true. Very, very true, sir. Happy Memorial Day to you as well. Wearing Perseus. I would like to get a 75 ml of that. Yeah, I saw he had posted his Memorial Day sale, so I shared it on my Instagram stories and throw a few hybrid recommendations out there. Dinsmore makes great work. That's the main thing I recommend about checking out with Making Sense is Michael Dinsmore's hybrids. I think he's the best when it comes to blends and mixing DNAs together. Dinsmore is incredible at that. His stuff's phenomenal. Not that I've smelled. I haven't tried anything like that. Debate on that one. So I haven't tried the saffron one. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I want to get it though. I definitely want it. Ooh. Mercedes-Benz Le Parfum is so much closer to Dior Fahrenheit than Brioni EDP. Brioni EDP is more like a reimagining because based around apple and stuff, it's way more fruity. It'll remind you of it, but it's less like Fahrenheit than Mercedes Le Parfum. Good to see you, Mikey. Happy Memorial Day to you as well. I appreciate that. Thank you. Very different, sweeter and smoother. I really like the dry down on Banana Republic's Grassland. That fragrance is so good enough that I won't even bother with Green Irish Tweed. I got a lot of stuff that smells like Green Irish Tweed. Green Irish Tweed, admittedly, not one of my favorite profiles, but if and when I need to scratch the itch of that profile, Grassland does the trick for me. That's the one. That's one of my 3 favorites from the brand for sure. Tobacco and Tonka beans up there too. That's a really good one from them. I've never tried it, my man. Never tried it. Wild Fresh is good stuff. Hot in Texas, that I believe. It's all about trusting some YouTubers' noses on fragrances they might want to buy. I do like all videos, though, and the internet's full of trolls. Ignore them. I get told to ignore trolls every day. You guys just don't understand. For years, I did. For years, I let it bother me, and I didn't say nothing, and I didn't want to see the shit, and it just continued to get worse. So I have my balls out at this point with my personality. I don't fucking care anymore. Because I'm going to get smoke anyway. So I might as well have my own fire. So I apologize if that upsets any of you that genuinely like me and support me, but I'm the only one standing in my shoes. I'm the one that's got to deal with this shit, guys. I'm the one that is the most hated guy in FragCom and shit, okay? So I'm going to deal with it my way, and I hope you guys can respect that. I clap back sometimes. I actually hold back a lot. A fucking lot. From the shit I really want to say, because this doesn't accomplish anything. But like right now, some of you are gonna be very upset. Why are you talking about this? I deal with this shit every day, every fucking day. They come to me. They don't come to me. I don't see it because I don't go looking for it. So if they would leave me the fuck alone, they could have their own little fantasy world, their little Minecraft level, and talk all the shit they want and make their posts and everything. Because I don't go to none of that shit. So leave me the fuck alone and go on about your business. You know, I don't go looking for you. I don't go fucking with you. Stop coming to me and everybody's copacetic. Be all good, you know, be all good. Constantly wearing Elysium O Intense and have been loving it. Today, I'm changing it up with Acqua di Gio Profondo. You can't go wrong with the Profondo line. I think this week, I'm going to throw the new version EDP in because I wore the Parfum a few days ago. I need to revisit the original and the Profondo Lights, but I have that new bottle of the EDP. And it's been sitting for weeks now. And I want to see if it's still fresher than the original Profondo. Because if you give it a little time to macerate, normally that'll balance out. And it'll be like, it ended up being the same. I want to see if that happened. Obviously, more time will tell, but just touch base with it here and there to see if that is indeed balancing out and it is the same fragrance rebottled. I don't know, because the note breakdown is not the same. Like the new version note breakdown is more like focused accords than an actual note pyramid, which is the main accords that you get from the first version anyway. Like I see what they're doing with the marketing to that, but it is a little bit fresher. I find it to be a little bit fresher, less citric than the original. The first time I wore it anyways. I appreciate that, because I am, and I appreciate you recognizing that. Thank you. Not as strong as Parfum, but definitely detectable. I'd say 2 feet of projection for ages. Didn't dry down to early evening. Was wearing it all day. Just ordered Jacques Fath Vetiver Gris. Supposed to be a beast mode Givenchy Gentleman cologne. Ooh. Now I'm even more intrigued. Carasso Bay is indeed fire. I wore that last week. Still waiting for Making Sense to ship. Definitely one of the best fragrance reviewers on this platform for sure. I sure appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much. I try to paint a picture. That's my style. I try to paint a picture to make something as relatable as I can for what to expect. Because that's the point of watching a fragrance review, is to try to figure out what to expect if you're going into something blindly. Because not everybody's going to sample. Not every fragrance is available to sample. So I understand the use of these fragrance reviews. So I try my best to simplify painting a picture. It's kind of always been the way I go about things. It just naturally comes to me that way. And apparently you guys appreciate that. And it works for you guys. And I appreciate that. Because I have a blast. I love talking fragrance. 8 to 10 business days total. Damn. Showing some love. So since you're just now saying something that tells me you didn't watch this morning's video, Spencer, if there's any one person that should watch this morning's video to the end, it's you. It's you specifically, Spencer. And I'm not going to tell you why, because if you watch it, you'd be like, oh, that's why. Good to see you, though. Happy Memorial Day, my man. I appreciate that. Send me a list of 10 beast mode cheap fragrances. I just did one 3 weeks ago-ish. Look real quick. I'll drop you a link real quick. This is recent. I recently did one. Within the last month, I did that. See, that's something you got to revamp, especially when you're always getting fragrances in like I do. You got to revamp that shit. Where's it at? Cheapies I'll keep recommending. Everyday use. One moment, please. Cheap and strong. There we go. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Share. Copy. And I will drop the link in the chat for you, sir. This video is actually doing very well. Also, it has currently 38,000 views in the last 2 weeks. Very popular video. It's titled Top 10 Affordable Summer Fragrances with Beast Mode Performance. And most of them are quite affordable. Hence the title being affordable, right? So typically when it says affordable, that's going to be anywhere from like 50 to 80 bucks range. Cheap is usually 50 and below USD. That's just so you understand the way I term things, because affordable is still not expensive, but it's not cheapy territory for me. So anytime you see the word affordable, we're over $50 for most of these. So it's going to fall in that 50 to like $80-ish range. But yeah, check that video out. Because there's a lot of them that are right around 50 bucks in there. Some of them even cheaper than that. Some of them are in the $30 range. Like it's a broader spectrum, but it goes above the $50 range for a few of them, is the point. I knew you would like that, sir. It's been going on for years, my man. I appreciate that, though. It's been going on for years, dude. There you go. Let's see. My house, my rules, period, full stop. Wearing Acqua di Gio Parfum. The Parfum is underrated. I think it's one of the better releases of last year. It doesn't get the love I feel it deserves, but I'm just one person. You know, Profundo's great. I need to restock my collection. Love your new heel character. I'm more of an anti-heel, honestly. I'm more of the guy that just doesn't give a fuck. It's reality. I just don't fucking care. Hence why I curse so much more in my live streams and everything. I curse a little bit more in my recorded videos. This is who I am. This is me. You hang out with me, this is me. The only difference is you're looking at me through a lens. If you were right here, it's the same shit. Honestly, I curse even more if we were off camera. It's who I am. There's a lot of people in this community that have really gotten to know me. So there's a bunch that think they know me that I don't really know. But they'll swear they know me, you know, because maybe we've had a conversation or two. But, you know, outside of that. Or people that swear they've got me pegged and I'm just some lying bullshit car salesman shill, no good, sorry motherfucker. And that's the funniest ones of all. That is the funniest ones. I've never tried Jacques Bogart Pour Homme, believe it or not. I don't recall ever having smelled it. Great scent for great price. No, yeah. Justin had it in one of his last videos. Shout outs to Justin. I was on the phone with Justin yesterday. It's him and Grace's 2-year wedding anniversary on Wednesday. So happy early anniversary to the Copelands. He gave them time of day for one day and realized how petty it was. So ignoring them. I mean, I go back and forth with ignoring and stuff. It's just, it's all the time, you know? And with being on a diet for so long at this point, my tolerance for stupid shit is at an all-time in 39 and a half years low. So that's why the acknowledgement's so much more right now. And the clapping back is so much more because I have no fucking tolerance for people right now. Like, if we don't like each other, I have nothing for people like that right now. I have no tolerance. No tolerance right now, guys. You guys, it's different. We hang all the time. You're my core audience. We're who hangs out in live chat. We chop it up almost daily, you know. You're who I'm here for to talk to. But the bullshit, I got zero tolerance for it right now. Normally, I'm better about ignoring, but it's fuck them every day right now. That's kind of where I'm at. Royale X, I think, is his most versatile fragrance. I really do. Not in your position. So that's the thing. Everybody that tells me to ignore it, like, it has to be my response is like, but you're not in my shoes. You don't understand. You know, nobody in this community is in my shoes. Not one other content creator gets what I get. I get the most. And it's weird. And it's been for years. Years. And I don't mean one or two. I mean pretty much since I started my fucking channel, like a few weeks in. And it just grew and grew and got worse and worse. People can't handle my personality. They don't like me being a smart ass. They don't like me picking with them and joking around. There's some thin-skinned bitches that like fragrance in this community. And they can't deal with rejection. If you block them, they go on a tirade because people can't deal with rejection. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of it. When you really look at the psychology of it, and they'll get mad. That's not true. They'll get mad when I say things like that. Oh, there's a bunch of people watching, right? 181, 186, it just jumped to. They're clipping. They're spreading it. They're calling me delusional. That's the most gangster motherfuckers in the world are online fragrance community trolls. The most gangster motherfuckers ever. Just ask them. They'll type you to death. Oh, yeah. Bad motherfuckers, I'm telling you. Bad motherfuckers. But I'm aggressive and an asshole. Let me get my hands on the new EDP. It's a little different from the original. You're talking about Aqua de Jo Profondo? Because they have a new version of the regular Aqua de Jo EDP as well that I haven't tried. I don't think it's any different, but who knows? I haven't smelled it, so I really don't know. Fragrance double, clap back on the video. I respect him. Who's fragrance double? Never heard fragrance double. It's double. Doesn't ring a bell. All right, it's all good. It's like a badge of honor thing. I appreciate that. I'm just a little man. I get told all the time that I'm a little bitty guy and everything. Like, they think I'm like 5'1" and 120 pounds, and that's just not the case. Like, if you ain't 6'5" with all kinds of reach and some kind of trained fighter or just some super athletic dude, I don't know why you talking shit. Any of you that are watching that fit this bill, I get made fun of for my size and all these other things, and I'm some angry little man with psychological issues. Like, I get these comments, guys. They come to my channel and tell me these things. That's how I know these things are said, because they come tell them. They come tell me. I don't know what delusional world you live in where you think you're this awesome human, but y'all motherfuckers need to look in the mirror and go on about your business and leave me the fuck alone. I don't know you. You don't know me. Go fuck yourself. Go on. But we've given too much energy here today. I apologize, guys, because I know a lot of you don't want to hear this shit. Some of you are loving it because you love the rants and stuff, but I know a lot of you really don't want to hear this shit. You're here for the fragrances, and we're going to dive into these last two here in just a moment. I haven't tried anything from that deal. Pop, good to see you, sir. Admiration 2022 for making sense. Shout out to Michael Dinsmore. I think my Victor and Rolf could do for a spice bomb fresh. What if they made a lemon pepper spice? I mean, I'd be down for that. I'm really excited for the dark leather, but they've done so many dark fragrances as of late that I'm ready for a fresh spice. It doesn't even have to be a blue fragrance, but like you're saying, lemon pepper sounds incredible. I hope somebody reads that and takes your idea and runs with it. Sounds great. I bet it would be good. So now I see where I'm at. I just got to where I put the link for that video. I do not have Regio, but I know Joel's a big fan of that one. Big fan. So guys, I'm going to skip down a little bit. Yeah, it was at the end. I spoke directly to you when I got to the last. It was 6 fragrances. The last one was Cuba Prestige Black. I talked about you specifically at the beginning of that segment. That's why I figured if you saw it, you would have said something. So you didn't watch the whole thing because it's the last segment you're talking about. So you didn't watch the whole thing. Oh, Fragrance Dude. Okay. I was just like, Fragrance Double. Who the fuck is Fragrance Double? Come on out. Look, honestly, none of us are the best because we're all just sharing our opinion. Now, I appreciate the compliment and the vote of confidence. What that really comes down to is you relate to my taste and or you like my style. You're drawn to my personality or the way I describe. Like there's a lot of factors that you just flat out like me is what it comes down to. That's reality because honestly, none of us are better than the other. Anything competitive is just ridiculous because it's all opinions. None of us are right. None of us are wrong. We're just painting the picture of how we smell it is what it comes down to. Not one fragrance content creator, reviewer, influencer, shill, whatever the fuck anybody wants to call any of us. Nobody's better than the other. Nobody is. And if anybody tells you they're the best or they're the greatest and all that, that's some weird ego trip because it's not reality. We're sharing opinions. None of this stuff's fact. The only thing that's fact is note pyramids that are put in front of our faces that these brands tell us this is the note breakdown. And even then, I can speak for me. I might smell some different stuff and I'm like, it doesn't really make sense because I'm totally getting this instead of this. And maybe that's creating it because I'm sharing my opinion on what I smell. And that's everybody. Everybody's sharing their opinion. And nobody's better than anyone else. There is, just like there's no best. We've had this discussion about fragrances. There is no true best. It's just favorites, and best is a search term. There is no best reviewer in fragrance. It's just everybody sharing their opinions, and people have their favorites that they relate to. So I know it was very long-winded. I sure appreciate the compliment. It's just when that comes up, I want to make sure people understand that I don't think that of myself, and I don't feel that that's a reality. But who doesn't love a good compliment? I appreciate that. Thank you. Never tried that one. Baby cat leaning. 5K you, but food for at least 1 year. I missed something. Oh, right here. Okay. Brazil cheaper around $450 for Zara Chrome. Oh my God. Wow. Jesus Christ. All right. So let me looking lean as fuck. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm actually up on the scale. I was 179 this morning. I'm holding, it's all water because we've carved up over the weekend. Because carbs got reintroduced into my diet and I was 0 carb all week until Thursday or Friday. I was 0 carb for like 6 days straight at that point, and I was shredding down. But now I've filled out a little bit, but I mean, I didn't gain any fat. You know what I mean? So it's just a water thing. So I started hitting the sauna today, and I got my evening cardio session in a little while. I signed back up at my old gym. So I'm actually a member of the two best gyms here now, the 2 biggest gyms. And, because they have a sauna over there and then the tanning and everything. I want to be able to, in the body scanner, because I want to check my body fat percentage. But point being, I wanted to start doing the sauna every day with the 2 cardio sessions. And where I was currently at doesn't have a sauna. Where I was at before had a sauna. So a couple days a week, I'm going to go. Well, evening cardio, I'm going there every night. But like half my workouts throughout the week, I'm going to do half at one gym, half at the other, because there's certain equipment that I prefer for different things between the 2 gyms. But yeah, we're working on it, my man. Working on getting the physique as peak as it can be for June 29th. Thank you for the compliment. I'm not going to argue with it. I think no matter what Aqua de Jo anyone says is the best, I'll agree. Even if it's not my exact thoughts, because they're all good. If you like that DNA, I can't imagine not liking any of the other ones, you know. Therapy session tonight. That is right, sir. And I'm glad you're here for it. Do you. Be happy. 4 quarters, not 10 dimes. Fuck them, been my motto lately. Yeah, it's pretty much, yeah. Fuck them, Ross. I got you back. I appreciate you, Sally. You have no idea. That's what I'm saying. There's people hate watching that are going to clip this and put it in their little Minecraft level and talk about me. It happens every day. I know of it. Most people don't tell me about the shit anymore, so I don't know exactly what goes on, but I know what comes to me, what comes to my channel, what comes to my comment sections, what comes to my Instagram pages, what comes to TikTok, like any of my platforms, comes on Facebook too. I'll get shit on Facebook. Get called a big old shill a couple days ago. Look, it's the shill master. You know, get stupid shit like that all the time. Like, man, there's grown adult males. I don't like to call them men because men don't act like this. Grown adult males that wake up excited to talk shit about me every day. It's pathetic. And yes, I'm talking about you because you're watching. Some of you are watching and you're running back to your little people you think are your friends that would fucking chew you up and spit you out if they could get a laugh out of it. You're running back to tell them, look, he's saying this. Oh my God, he's saying that. And y'all keep advertising for my channels and my outlets and all that good stuff. You said it, not me. I know Rick's having a good laugh right now. Rick loves some good shit talking like this. So Hungry Ross is awesome. See, I told you, Rick's loving this shit right now. Can't wait till he invites the troll on here and roast him. See, the only reason I haven't done something like that is because it's a lose-lose situation for me long term. Because once I really start doing shit like that, there's no turning around, because once it's on the internet, it's on the internet kind of thing. Because I've thought of that, Rick. So in one of my member streams, some of my members have heard me say this. I really fucking hold back. I'm an all-time great verbal abuser. I'm quick, I'm sharp, I go below the belt, I'm hateful as fuck. I can be hateful as fuck with words. I don't joust with these people because it's not a win-win. It's a lose-lose situation for me on the internet to just go to town on somebody. Because once I become that guy, now I'm that guy on the internet. See what I'm saying? It's one thing when I talk about what's going on. It's another thing when I just start slaughtering motherfuckers with words. Because I'm that guy. I was raised by an all-time great verbal abuser. My mother don't fucking play, and my dad was the same way. I was raised by all-time great verbal abusers, Mount Rushmore verbal abusers, and I have all of that. So I really hold back from doing that. My friends closest to me hear that shit. Ask some of my close friends around the fragrance community. They know. They've heard some shit, but there's no benefit to being that way on the internet because we're in a fragrance space. We're talking about fragrances, guys. It's not so serious that I need to do that. I crack my joke, throw my couple cuss words out, and we move on to the next fragrance. You know what I mean? Because it's really not that serious. Because this is entertainment. For the people I'm speaking on, they love it. They're loving everything I've said right now. It's engagement. He's talking about us. We're getting to him. No, I just see it. I'm not blind to it to not acknowledge the shit is what it comes down to. I'm not a fucking fool as much as you'd like to think I am, guys. I don't mean you, Rick. I mean the people I'm talking about. So, shout out to Cuba Black. There you go. I figured you'd like that, my man. So, let me skip down, find a decent stopping point, because now we're going to go into This Is Really Him. So hopefully we get a bounce back for Zadig and Voltaire and This Is Him line. Because so far, I appreciate that, Tim. Thank you, sir. It says smell like alcohol and nothing but alcohol. That's not exactly what I said. You're misquoting. You're misquoting. I feel like you got split windows right now trying to catch up on it real quick. Never understood the question, Facebook groups, who the best reviewer. Yeah, then there's no best. None of us are the best. We're all just sharing our opinions, man. 190. No, I'm 179 right now. When I started cutting, I was 213, but I got down to 171. I was 171 last week. I fluffed up with some water when I started eating those carbs again. Yeah, I'm 5'7". Not 5'1" like the trolls think, and 5'2". I've heard I'm 4'10". I've heard all these things. I'm like 1 inch shorter than the average male. I think the average height's like 5'8.5" or something like that. I'm 5'7". So yeah, I'm technically short, but I'm not some little bitty motherfucker like people think. See, the perception is when people see me on the internet in pictures with George, who's 6'4", but wears shoes that make him 6'6", 6'7". Yeah, I look fucking very small in that situation. Yes. Or me in a picture next to Juan. Juan's like 6'3" and a massive man. Yes, I look smaller next to Juan. These are very big human beings. They're not average. They're well above average in size. Okay. So that's where this kind of shit, I understand where this shit comes from. The optics of where they run with that stuff. Like these dudes that are like 5'10", 5'11", and overweight. Quit talking shit. Keep that energy. If you ever meet me, introduce yourself with that energy. I'm so-and-so on the internet, and I think this about you. I'm going to shake your hand, and we'll have an opportunity to have a discussion. And where it goes is up to you, because I'm game. Just know I'm always game. And that's all I'll say about it. I'm always game. My wife will forgive me later. She knows we've had the discussions. I'm game. I'm not a fool. If you're some giant, athletic, trained fighter, I'm not a fool. But if you're just some regular dude, I'm game. It doesn't have to be that way. So stop it, guys. Stop it. We could just be cool. It's a happy, weird, quirky hobby. Why don't we share this weird hobby together and have fun? We could just be friends instead. But y'all keep choosing stupid shit. I'm not choosing stupid shit. I don't want the stupid shit. Let's just talk about our weird hobby. How weird are we? We love abundance and fragrance and notes. And it's weird. It's weird. We're a weird bunch. Let's embrace the weirdness together. Right? I've never done a cold plunge. I'd like to, though. I've heard the benefits. I've done the hydro chambers. Done that a couple of times. Not that bad. But I've never done the cold plunge. I would like to. I would sure like to. So let's give this one a spritz. I have no clue what the note breakdown is. Bit wide miss. 2 sprays on the lion's face. The lion caught a big spray in. Oh yeah, this is way more interesting than the Vibes of Freedom flanker. I have a feeling that's, well, yeah, because Valentino Uomo Intense is the last fragrance. So this is the dud of the bunch. Even though it was okay, it's the dud compared to the others so far. The way that comes across, very aromatic, a little powdery. There's like a sharp floral smell. There's a light sweetness here. This is an interesting fragrance. This is, honestly, when I initially smell this evokes a feeling that I don't even get from the original This Is Him. This is called This Is Really Him. Might be appropriately named. This is really him. Oh, this is the better one. Yeah, for sure. This is the best version of This Is Him I've smelled. Way better than Vibes of Freedom. And I think it's better than the original, too. This is a good one. I think this is the newest release. Is it? Yeah, it's the newest release. Came out this year. 7.3 out of 10, so people seem to like it. Woody, spicy, fresh, sweet citrus, grapefruit, metallic notes, and orange blossom. That's what it is. Okay. Because I knew it was some kind of sharp floral, so metallic and orange blossom. There you go. That makes sense. Grapefruit, lemon, metallic notes, orange blossom, amberwood, Palo Santo. It's a little smoky. Palo Santo can be known for that. This is really good. This is the one to beat. This is the one Valentino Uomo Intense has to beat. This is one of the better designer releases of the year. This is a new release. This is 2024. There's been a trend of metallic fragrances in the last year that I've noticed. That's a new trend. It's not new to do metallic accords, but I've noticed it's been used more often in releases. Have you guys noticed that too? It's kind of trendy right now to do metallic notes. And it's balanced. It is a little powdery, though. They don't list powdery. I get a little bit of powder here. Not a bomb. This is like 8.5 out of 10. This is great. This is really, really good. It doesn't remind me of anything specific either. Let's see if it reminds anybody else. This is him, sure. So just Rock, the one that got mentioned. Pegasus, Altair, maybe a little bit. Spice Bomb, no. No, I disagree with that. Xeno, it's been a long time since I smelled it, so I'm not sure. I mean, long time. Altair, a little bit, but the metallic notes and the enhanced spice make it more of its own thing. Like there's a little bit of a relatability here. I understand why it's marked there, but not, I would say percentage wise, like maybe 40%. It's not a lot. It's in the lower tier. Pegasus, same thing, lower tier. The metallic nature, sure, but it doesn't have that creamy nature. It doesn't have that cooling lactonic feel. It's powdery, but not as powdery. Again, I would put that like 40% range. Like, yeah, there's a little bit of both of those going on here, but just a little bit. It helps paint you a picture on what to expect, though, but don't think it smells just like those. At least to me, it doesn't. Damn, this is really good. This is really him. I now love the name of this fragrance. This is so appropriately named. This is really him. This is so much more him than this is. And it's more him. This is Hemi Butler compared to the original. I like this better than the original. I think this is more wearable. The original is very much a date night evening fragrance, cooler weather, stuff like that. I think you can pull this off in the daytime. Not the best summer fragrance, but the rest of the year, sure. Yeah, I like this one a lot. This is definitely one of the 10 best designer releases of the year, to me. Absolutely. I need to remember when I tally it up at the end of the year, I need to not have this out of sight, out of mind, because this is going to deserve a spot. And this is just on the first impressions. I haven't even given it a full wearing yet, obviously. But oh, yeah. Metallic, sharp white floral, spicy. The citrus isn't abundant. Woodsy. And that's about it. A little smoky. A little touch of smoke. But aromatic, almost ozonic, because there's a brightness to this. This is really him. This is really him. This is really him. 8.5 out of 10. I like that a lot. I was not expecting it. I didn't look at the notes. I didn't know what to expect. I just saw some flankers I hadn't tried. I was building a cart. I said, what the hell? Let's take a shot. Good stuff. Damn good stuff. And with that said, the main event, safe to call it the main event. The newer packaging of Valentino Uomo Intense. Long overdue to add this to the collection. As a fan of Iris, it's a shame that I didn't own this already. Right? It definitely looks a little bit different with this like gunmetal metallic studded collar versus the old style. Valentino. I haven't tried Green Stravaganza. I've heard some mixed emotions. The Coral Fantasy, phenomenal. The original Uomo, fantastic. Uomo Aqua, discontinued. Beautiful fragrance. Beautiful, fresh, soapy iris. And Yellow Dream is really good. Let's give this a spritz. We'll do 2. What the hell? I love Iris. I know I'm going to love it. Am I going to give it more than an 8.5 is the real question. You know? I don't know. Potency. I don't even need to put my arm to my nose. It's strong. Oh, yeah. Huh. It's going to be the highest rated one. Let's call it what it is here. Just how high is going to be the question at this point. So waxy. Nice spice hanging out underneath that I pick up right away. And very leather forward. But not like the dark animalic Dior Homme Parfum kind of leather accord. Not that. It's more supple. There's a subtlety to it, but it's present. Holy shit, this is amazing. I don't remember it being this good. But it is a new version. It's repackaging. I'm sure it's a little reformulated. I'm sure it's a little different from the old one. This is better than Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum. That has that balmy creaminess to it. That's what I always appreciated about that one. This is superior. This has kind of spice like Bleu Noir Parfum. That's what I like so much about that one. And the suede's kind of on the fuzzy side, whereas this is more like a supple brown leather accord. So I would relate this closer to Bleu Noir Parfum of the bunch in this family. This might be the best of the bunch, though. I don't want to throw the grade out yet because I have a rating in mind. We're going to give it a moment. Let's pull these notes up. Holy shit. Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Nope, I want the new one. 8.6 out of 10, 536 ratings. Yeah, it's not just me. Powdery, sweet, leathery, spicy, creamy. Yeah, I agree with all that. Nutmeg, mandarin orange, sage, juniper berry, iris, vanilla leather, patchouli, tonka bean. Let's look at the notes for the old one, which was crazy highly rated too. Sweet, powdery, leathery, spicy, creamy. So no nutmeg listed, so that's the difference. It does strike me as a little spicier than what I remember, but that's what I clearly notice here. But this is supposedly black leather. I get more of a brown leather out of this, honestly. Go either way. It's supple, though. It's soft. It's not aggressive leather. It's present, but it's not aggressive. Whatever notes are making the accord here. So let's go back to this. I think this is phenomenal. Let me just tell you guys, 9.5. 9.5 out of 10, outstanding. I won't give it the 9.75 because I still think Aaron Terrence Yu's Homme is just that special. But it warrants the same kind of grade that I gave Dior Homme Parfum, 9.5. And I believe, did I give Bleu Noir Parfum the 9.5 or was it a 9? It was a 9 or above. We get to, once we hit 9, it's outstanding. Okay. It's trivial with the quarter points and half points after that. It's trivial because it's going to be so rare to get 10. Once I hit 9, that's like elite level fragrance for me, for my taste, the way it smells to me. This is strictly off the initial beginning stages of this aroma, strictly on smell. Zero wearing experience tie-in, situations, performance. None of that ties into this grade. The first impressions rating is totally different from an overall full review rating. That's a cumulative score of different categories and subcategories. It's not too sweet. It's not too creamy, but it is sweet. It is creamy. It's not too leathery. It's not too spicy, but it is spicy. It is leathery. Son of a bitch, this is phenomenal. Welcome to the collection. Yeah, and I just put my Valentino fragrances on that top shelf too. Narciso Rodriguez and Valentino, you can see them right here. Well, get rid of the split screen. Right there, there's Valentino, and right next to it, Narciso Rodriguez, kind of making some space next to some other things. Had to reorder because I had to make more room where the Carolina Herrera stuff is. So I bought so many Carolina Herrera fragrances. But yeah, this is outstanding. 9.5. Upper tier designer iris, like elite level designer iris. The spice is, I think, the selling point here. The spicy leather accord balancing with the sweetness and the powderiness. 9.5. Yeah, definitely the best. These are the ones. These are the ones. If I would suggest getting any two, it's these. Wildly different from one another. Both have some powdery notes, but very different. Metallic, sharp white floral, woody, a little smoky, spicy leather, sweet iris. Oh, yeah. Daytime, nighttime. Stepping out on a date. Stepping out on a date. Fun night out. I stress again, on a date. This is a great date night fragrance. These some bangers right here. Oh, yeah. Let's get caught up in this chat. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And I can't say how well I do because then I'm just a shill. Oh, you're making money? You're a shill. I do fine just on YouTube. I'm very comfortable just on what Google pays me. The channel's successful. Okay, I'm very comfortable. You guys aren't stupid. You see all the money I spend on fragrances and shoes and paintball gear, and I'm comfortable. I'm not broke. I'm gonna just blow all the money. That's extra money. You know, I do okay. But now it's going to be, oh, it's just a giant shill. No, I'm honest with people. I tell people the fucking truth of what I really feel, regardless of what got sent to me or not. What's an affiliate link or not doesn't fucking matter. You know the motto. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. It's what it is. I love that quote. I am from South Louisiana, born and raised. I appreciate you, Nerd Says. Thank you, sir. Thank you. 5'9", and that's like, what, 25% body fat, Ross? I feel more muscles than fat, just a bit in the gut. 10-4. Kareem, how are you, sir? I hope you're doing well. Learn responsibility is a combination of words. Response and ability. It means we all have the ability to choose our response. Very true. Look, like I said, all the things I said, I know a lot of you would wish I wouldn't. I get it. But it goes back to, you know, because I'm a 12-year-old because I like the Jordans, but today this 12-year-old is wearing the infrared 7s, and I'm the only person in this particular pair of shoes here today. So I love and respect you, Pop, and I respect your stance on these things. Because trust me, those closest to me would rather me not, would rather me not. But I just got to be me all the time. And some people fucking hate me being me. You know, it is what it is. Some people love me doing this stuff, and it's entertainment for you guys. I get it. I can be very entertaining because I'm animated and emotional, and I got a potty mouth, and my filter is pretty much non-existent. It's actually better than it used to be. When I was younger, there was really no filter. Thank you. I appreciate that. And that was gaining muscle along the way too. I did a body recomposition in the beginning stages of it. I was bulking at first, then we recomped for a little bit, and then we started to really cut down. I'm very flat and depleted. Like, we just started introducing carbs. I'm still not carved up though, technically. That's going to be in a few weeks. A real carb up, because I still have more to lose. I still got to get down a little bit more. But that's why we're able to recomp a little bit now, because I got so lean. I was just about ready for the stage. I was almost there, to where now that we pivoted and we got more time, now we can kind of reconstruct the way the nutrition is going to be for a little while. Clone for the heat in Tampa. Well, clone, it depends on what scent profile you want. That's the thing. It comes that you got to give me more. Next to Omos, well, yeah, he's 7'3", over 400 pounds. You know, I definitely look very little. And I've been next to him. I've hung out with him. I've looked very small next to him. Bucket list stuff, man. I've always loved the gym, and I was in and out for a long time. And I always wanted to compete back when my dad was still alive. I still regret not getting on stage in 2001 for his last show. I was 15. The two dudes that did the 13 to 17 division, I feel like I was about 18 pounds away. And everybody was letting me know at the show, you should have just cut for a month. You would have slaughtered them, because they were just skinny. You know how dudes will look lean because they're just skinny? Everybody's got skeletal muscle. They weren't jacked. They didn't have a bunch of built muscle. I was much more muscular than them, but if I didn't take it seriously and was going to, like, I regret not dieting. 4 weeks of hard dieting, I'd have been ready. You know, I'd have lost a little bit of muscle. I mean, I wasn't on steroids back then. I would have lost a little bit of muscle dieting, but it's a regret. And then here we are. I'm actually doing it. My dad's not here. This is something I really wish. Like, I'd rather him be here for this than to stand next to me at my wedding. That's how much this means to me, and how much it was to us as the father-son dream. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where if I don't do it while I have the availability, I have the want and the motivation to do it, and the support system around me encouraging me to do it. If I'm ever on my deathbed one day, if it's one of those situations where you're slowly waiting to die in the latter years of life, it's that regret on the deathbed. I wish I would have did that. That's something I should have did when I could. This is one of those bucket list things, and I just want to do it. You know, and I'm a driven, goal-oriented type of person. Um, for example, turning this channel into something, quitting smoking cigarettes, being able to go full time on this because I set a goal and I did what needed to be done with sacrifices and things. Like all these things taught me that if I really want to do something, if I really key in on something, I can fucking do just about anything. And that's where it's like I've done all these things that I normally would have thought I wouldn't have been able to do. So it's like, why don't I do it? Why not? I got challenged by a close friend that's a competitive bodybuilder, and it was like, that's the push I needed. So that's the kind of long-winded, but also summarized answer of why. And here we are. And along the way, it was like, well, it gave me some realizations. It's like, I haven't clocked in anywhere in a long time. Why don't I have my earrings in anymore? That was the only thing that made me take them out, was I couldn't wear them in professional settings. Because prior to selling cars, I had my earrings into my early 30s. And then it was like, you know what always stopped me from having tats all over my arms was the professional settings. Well, I don't have to worry about that anymore. This is a commitment to never working for someone again. It's, honest to God, there's storytelling to all of these tattoos. There's meaning behind everything I put on my body that means stuff to me, regardless of who likes it. Because I know my tattoos get made fun of and stuff. That's one of the things. Fuck them. Who cares? They mean shit to me. But point being, this is a commitment to, I'm going to see this through. I'm going to diversify my portfolio to where I never work for another man again, is the plan. That's the goal. I'm seeing it through. There's moves being made long-term over time to diversify the portfolio. Because let's be real, I'm not going to get big retirement. I don't have some big retirement package because I'm not working anywhere long-term. I'm not putting in a lot to Social Security because I don't work anywhere anymore. I'm self-employed. I'm a 1099. You know, so you got to look at these things long-term if you're going to commit to doing things like this. So that's what all of this evolution that you guys see is. That's the thought process behind it. It's personal commitments to myself for seeing through these big goals that I have. And because there's no going back from doing it. Yeah, sure, I can take this down and they'll close down again like they did in the past. But as far as stuff like that, there's no going back from this. This is a commitment. Unless you want to go through the trouble of getting removed. Who wants to do that? This is a commitment, which is also a commitment to myself for the said goal. So it all ties into what you were asking. So thank you for asking. And that's the moral of that story. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, sir. It's a weird hobby. We have a weird hobby. I say it all the time. It's quirky. Quirky is the word I like to use because it's strange. Tell somebody that either doesn't wear fragrance or maybe has one fragrance that you have a fragrance collection, and then show them a picture. Even if you got like 50 bottles, 50 bottles is absurd to people that don't get it and aren't into it. Now, imagine me walking somebody in here that's not into it. The camera's not covering everything here of what I actually have. This is the master bedroom. I needed the big bedroom for the office for this because I have so many fucking fragrances. I film in the master bedroom, which the other two bedrooms here are huge too. So it was fine. I needed the closet space and everything like it. There's a lot of shit that goes into this channel. Yeah, so it's a lot. So that's why I call it a quirky, we're weird, all that. That's why I say those things. I don't call it a feminine hobby. It's not feminine to like aromas. It's one of our senses, the sense of smell. That's not feminine to be able to smell things. It's just kind of strange to take it to this level. My levels of severe abundance and over consumption, obviously, but there's a method to it as well. Is this what I do full time? There are write-offs. There's a lot that goes into it for me. It's not the same situation for me as everybody else, but there's a lot of others that have my situation because I'm not the only person that does this. So it's a lot of that stuff. You know, that's why I say we're weird. It's weird. It's a weird hobby. I love it though. Obviously, I love it. It's actually my least favorite of the four, but it's still a really good fragrance. It's heavily synthetic oud, but it's on the sweeter side. I think the opening's a little strange, but the dry down gets lovely. It's been a while since I've sprayed it. I prefer the Essential Flanker, and the Clat Flanker is my favorite to wear. It's the fresh one. Everybody love everybody. That's what I'm saying. I'd prefer us to all get along. I prefer the hateful shit to not exist. We just get along. I'd like to think I'm pretty cool for the most part. I can get along with just about anybody. I have no delusions of my strengths and weaknesses, and I know I'm charismatic and I can get along with just about anybody. I can have a conversation with everyone, you know. I'd find common ground with people. So it's really no reason for me to have enemies and haters. It's not a choice I made. It's not a choice I made. Am I always peachy king, super nice guy? No, I'm not a nice guy. I'm a good guy. There's a difference. Go watch the LL Cool J quote. Spot on. I'm not a nice guy. I'm a good guy. There's a difference. Huge difference. Because we're weird. I was wondering about that one, actually. That Metallica chord is what caught my attention. It's actually really good. Surprised me. Caught me off guard, actually. Fragrances are diverse and have to be respected as you can like it or not. Expensive or cheap, it's up to the person. I enjoy the ones I like. Fair way to look at it, my man. Chemical Blue is metallic on me. Chemical Blue is solid. It's a solid, cheap fragrance. I quite enjoy that one myself. It's a calming scent to me. So it's very sandalwood heavy, that one. Yeah, that's beautiful fragrance. I think this is superior, though, for my taste anyways. Like the spice and the metallic. Like I've really enjoyed the Metallica chord. It's a good one. It's a good one. I like this a lot. This is going to get warm some point this week, maybe in the evening or something, because we are going to dinner Saturday. While it's not the ideal dinner choice, it's hot outside, so I think it'll work. Because I want to wear that this week. It's really good. Polo 67. You do smell fabulous, sir. I have Valentino Uomo Intense, but not the rock stud version. It's better than all my other iris fragrances. It's always been touted a lot of people's favorite designer iris fragrance. Valentino Uomo Intense for the longest time. Like a superior twist on Dior Homme Intense because it's got more depth than modern versions of Dior Homme Intense. That's the thing. I don't even remember. It's been years since I smelled Uomo Intense, the old version. I don't think it's that different. The thing that I keep jumping out to me is it's spicier. Outside of that, I don't really recall any differences outside of it's maybe a little bit spicier. I think it's pretty much the same fragrance for the most part. Mancera Sicily, until I smelled this, I thought was a masterpiece yellow floral. This is a more complex, higher quality, more powdery take on it. Now it's wildly more expensive. This is their newest release, Isola Sol. If you have Sicily, you don't need this. But point being, that was the masterpiece yellow floral to me until this came along. Now it's a close second, but that's the one I would recommend going after because this is hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a 50 ml. Sicily, I think a confident individual, gentleman, can enjoy that and really set himself apart because it does lean feminine. It's very floral dominant, fruity peach and stuff like that. It leans feminine, but it is such a magnificent aroma. Again, it's a separator between the men and the boys because anybody that is not confident wearing that just lacks confidence because you got to have a strong, confident demeanor to wear something that leans feminine, to really go out on a limb and go in front of people smelling girly. Because I'm telling you, when you wear that shit right, the floral heavy fragrances that lean a little feminine with the right setting, the right outfit, the right outlook, and the right energy, man, you're the most interesting man in the room. When it's all working together and you got something like that on, you're the most interesting man in the room, whether anybody wants to admit it or not. Love Valentino. I do as well. Hey, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's definitely the best fragrance we've smelled here today. That's what the kind of stuff I've been hearing. That's why I've steered clear of it. I want to sample it. I don't want to blind buy it. Won't be a spoiler, but you're going to love the Valentino Intense. Well, I smelled the original one. Like I said, it's been like 4 or 5 years, over 4 years for sure. It's been a long time. Like right around when I first started the channel, which the channel in a little over a month will make 5 years I've been making content on here. So have that in my cart. Yellow Dream is underrated. It's really good. I'd like to still get a bottle. Randy had sent me I think it was Randy. It was either Randy or Dedrick. I think Randy Sent me a decant a while back from one of our decant swaps with the spike collar. There's a bunch of them got the spike collar now. Man said, yeah, I did a top 40. I sure did. All 40. It's phenomenal, Paul. I know y'all are talking about Uomo Intense. Oh, man. Nosegasm is a good word for that. My nose came. Yeah. Yep. It's too good. They made it happen. Total Iris Master. Told you it's fire. It's amazing. Look, long overdue. Shame. Blasphemous that I didn't have it already. I get it. For somebody whose favorite note's Iris, I'm just as much Iris fragrance guy as I am blue fragrance guy. Let's call it what it is here, you know. Noted. Have about 3 ml left of the 2016 Uomo Intense. Is the same. I think it's just a little bit spicier. That's all I can really remember that might be different. When you compare it to the original one, yeah, very much. Oh, yeah. I don't even have a bottle of Code Parfum. I got a 10 ml, which I think it's really good. It's actually not my favorite code, though, believe it or not, the Iris one. It's like my third favorite. The EDP, Profumo, then the Parfum are my top 3 codes in general, but Uomo Intense is nice. And Justin's like that. He typically not a big designer guy, but there's certain designers, Cartiers and stuff like that, Laliques, that he very much enjoys. He's very much like that too. Noted. Much more to it than just powdery iris and the dry down. Yeah, it's not one dimensional, I think would be the best way to put that. Mrs. Fritz loves the original. I kicked myself a few times when it got discontinued. Well, luckily they brought it back. It's very close. The addition of the nutmeg in the note tree makes sense because it does come across a little spicier than I remember. I still have it pulled up right here. It is a little bit spicier than I remember, even though they're saying the accords are pretty much the same. Notice powdery, sweet, leathery, spicy, creamy. We got sweet, powdery, leathery, spicy, creamy. It's just jumbled. It's just reorganized because you don't have any spicy notes listed here. And maybe it was already in there and they just didn't list it. Or maybe they just intensified it a little bit more. That's why they listed it. That's probably what happened, because it just comes across a little spicier that I can remember anyways. It's beautiful. Absolute stunner. Anybody that's in the designer iris, this is, like I said before, top tier. This is upper echelon designer iris. It's amazing in the dry down. Well, I tried it in the past. I just didn't own a bottle. I didn't own a bottle. It's a bit deeper and more intense. Fair. Like I said, I don't have it to compare. Ooh, one that comes to mind immediately that's on the earthy green side because galbanum and stuff like that. It's got more of an earthy violet smell, and it's affordable. Bentley Momentum Unbreakable. You can get for like $30 some odd. It's actually really good. The quality is actually surprising, and it's a Bentley fragrance. Bentley Momentum Unbreakable will surprise you. It's green, earthy, and iris. It's not super powder bomb. It's not mega waxy. It doesn't smell like this family of iris. It smells more like Florentine iris, even though it's not. I know it's not the high quality, 80 grand a kilo iris. It used to be 80 grand a kilo. It's probably more. After the pandemic, it was 80 grand a kilo. It went up to iris, Florentine iris. Now it's probably 100 grand. Everything's ridiculous. Florentine iris. That's the natural iris. That's the highest quality iris oil you can buy. Like I was just stating, about 2 years ago, it was 80 grand a kilo was what it went up to, which was the most expensive oil money could buy at the time, perfume oil. I'm sure it's more than that now, because I know Mon's oils went up like 30% last year. So that's just Mon. So if it's Mon, it's across the board. It's everybody. Oh. So you registered to compete, but you now have 10 books. Oh, yeah, I got to let her know. So this is the tanning people for the competition. I'll text her after. My coach must have gave her my number. He just texted me. So actually, let me get that out the way because I'll forget later. Let me text her back. One moment. My apologies, guys. Okay. Sorry about that. Because I'll forget later that she texted me, because we'll end up on here for another 20 minutes and it'll slip my mind. Wow, that's impressive. 12 of them. You have no idea, dude. You have no idea. I've never tried it. Not familiar with it, unfortunately. Drew, I see you, my man. Good to see you. Yeah, they're shipping out next week. Pre-sale in Saturday. Saturday's the 1st. A lot more expensive things to pick up driving race cars or drifting. LOL, I personally track my car, so fragrance and shoes is the least of my worries. Yeah, for sure. Order decants of Elysium Parfum Pour Homme and Eau Intense, Sauvage Parfum, Luna Rossa Carbon, and Luna Rossa Ocean. That's a hell of a decant haul right there. I'm still learning what I said about responsibility, and I'm a great grandpa, so I understand just being yourself. Thank you, Pop. I appreciate that. I'm sure you're a phenomenal grandpa. You're well beloved here in this community, so I'm sure in your household you're well, but even more beloved. Mango Skin by Wilhelm. One of my favorites, Ross. Love your passion for fragrances. Keep being you. Chadrick Poole, I appreciate the vote of confidence, sir. Thank you for the compliment. Ultra Male should stand out in high heat. Yeah, well, yeah, it would. Super sweet. I wouldn't wear that in high heat personally, but hey, to each their own. Also throw in Hawass, similar to Invictus. Indeed, it is. Thank you for saying that instead of saying Invictus Aqua, because I agree. So let's get to the bottom. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for asking. Like I said, I'm straight with you guys. I say a lot of shit on these live streams that most people in this space wouldn't. As far as bigger channels that are monetized and have business relationships or work with stores, or, you know what I mean? Like, I say a lot of shit that most people wouldn't. Smaller channels with nothing to lose, they don't give a fuck. They'll say whatever. But people with stuff to lose in this space, I say shit most people wouldn't. I would like to think y'all have realized that by now, you know, because I just got to be me, whether anybody likes it or not, unapologetically myself at all times. Anybody that doesn't like it, I apologize for the vulgarity, but fuck them. They could suck them. I mean, both of my nuts. BG quote right there for anybody that didn't catch that. I got to be me at all times. I just have to. I got to sleep at night. I got to look in the mirror. Just what it is. Those who want to come along with for the ride, that is this journey on YouTube and social media, I welcome, I appreciate, and I enjoy all of your company. And those that maybe fall out of love with me, because it's like I become too much. Because like stuff that was said today, for example, I understand. And there's no hard feelings. I get it. I totally get it. I'm not for everybody. I don't expect to be for everybody. Nobody is for everybody. If everybody likes you, you're being fake. Tell me the lie in that statement. If everyone likes you, if nobody dislikes you, you are not being authentic. You are lying to people and just trying to people please and say anything to keep people happy with you. I don't try to please everyone, because you're not gonna. Learn that a long ass time ago. You're not gonna please everybody. Might as well have fun. And I damn sure have fun every day of my life. God has blessed me in many ways, and that's due to you guys. You guys are a huge part of that. The opportunities that have been presented to me, the situations I've been put in, the whole seizing the day along the way to make these things happen. Thank you for all of you that genuinely support this channel and like me, respect me in any way, or appreciate anything that I put out on the internet. Thank you sincerely. I'm just talking to a camera without you guys, you know. Thank you, sir. I'm very driven. I'm one of the most driven humans you'll come across. I don't quit. My man, I have one of the most rigorous content schedules on YouTube, let alone in this space. And then on top of that, I work out 3 times a day, have a family life. I don't know how I could have a job on top of that. I couldn't. The channel would have to suffer if I was working somewhere else too. I wouldn't be able to put out the content I do. And it's because, for the lack of a better term, the love of the game. This game, the bodybuilding stuff, the fitness stuff, just I love getting to live my life and wake up and do it every day. That nothing seems like a challenge or no matter how exhausted I physically get or mentally get, I just perk up for these live streams. I perk up for the content. As soon as the camera goes on, I get happy quick because I get to talk about something I love. And there's people that want to hear it. And I'm so thankful for that. You guys have no idea. I'm so thankful for that. My mouth is so dry. I think I'm just talking too damn much. And the grind don't stop. Another hour of cardio and some more 20 minutes of sauna. I'm going to do a second round of the sauna today. And then I got some individual reviews I want to do for tomorrow. Because I'd like to not try to do all 3 of those in the morning tomorrow. I'll probably do all 3 of them tonight. And that's going to take several hours. That'll be the rest of my night after I get back from the gym. Yes, sir. I'm turning 30 on the 6th and want to get myself a birthday present. Looking for an everyday niche and would appreciate a little uniqueness. Man, it's hard to not say Signature Royale X here. Because obviously the generic answer for me has always been Sarah Drapoise, but I've said that so many times. It's easy. It's a cop-out answer at this point. Signature Royale X is special. I truly believe it's George's most versatile fragrance. The Nigerian Giant Omos got a bottle about a month ago. He's knocked out almost half of it already. It's very dapper, but very approachable and wearable. It's gentlemanly, but fresh and easy at the same time. It's citrus. It's creamy woods. It's a light, clean musk. It's not like super animalic or anything. And it's very high quality. Performance is great. It's like 26% oil concentration. It's got a real thick sillage. It'll grab people. That's something I would encourage trying, because you could get a sample for $7 before you commit to your birthday present. You know, I would encourage trying Signature Royale X if you haven't yet from Zaharoff. It jumped into my mind immediately given the situation, because that's some beautiful, affordable luxury that's got its uniqueness and it stands on its own for what you're looking for. Give that a shot, and you don't have to blind buy the bottle. That's the best part. Less than $10, you can have 3 ml and try it out. Jason, good to see you, sir. My favorite realtor is in the house wearing tuxedo. How do I cut down my collection from 50 to about 30? That's a personal journey you got to take, my man. You are asking the wrong person about cutting down a fragrance collection. Mine only grows. That's basically what happens over here in this household. Mine just grows. I had to buy more shelves. Like eventually all the paintball stuff I got over here, I'm going to have to pull all that shit down and put fragrances there. The paintball stuff's just placeholding right now. The guns and the masks and stuff like that over there, and the tanks and cases and everything. Oh, I'm going to need all that shelving at some point. Ojivray yesterday to a pool party, and boy, oh boy, did it smell good under the high heat by the pool. I bet that's ideal scenario. Hate you because they ain't you. Well said. Well said. Is it worth keeping if I also have Seraphine Blue on the way? Yes, they are not the same fragrance. They are not the same fragrance, my man. I haven't. It's Wild and Tobacco, I believe, is the name of it. I haven't tried it. I know Randy has. I don't know if he's still here. He's a big fan of it. If you regret selling something, talking to Kaylin. Happy Memorial Day to you as well, Dame. Nazir Fragrance Hybrid Liquid compliments King layered with Montclair L'Accordé. Oh, he is still here. There you go. Gent Sense by the Yuzu Grove is a great one, and all the fragrances are 80% off. Noted. Shout outs to Ashton. Let's see. So we're going to be shutting this down here in a second. We're hour 38 minutes in. Good places to... I hate to recommend the Facebook groups because most of them are so shit toxic at this point, but that's probably your best bet is the Facebook groups, and there's a ton of them. There are some good ones, but there's some that are glorified subreddits. And not all subreddits are bad, but ones in this community, there's some shit ones. Honestly, I think the best answer is the Facebook groups. It's going to be your best course of action. There's something like Lang Lang in it. Noted. Hit that on the head with Sisley. I wore it a few days ago last week. 2 guys asked me what that was. And 2 females sitting next to the door smelled me coming in and wanted to know what it was. You're going to be the most interesting man in the room. If you're willing to go out on a limb with something like your fragrance, you're willing to step outside the typical male comfort zone, that's unlocking a different level of confidence in yourself, because that's that piece that'll force you to be different. If it's out the norm, your fragrance is out the norm. I mean, you guys being in this space, you understand that. But people that are newer to this, that unlocks a different level of confidence that you may not have had before. And you go wearing that shit proudly, and somebody goes and compliments you on your bold choice, which might not be that bold to some of us, but in your situation, it might be the boldest fragrance move you've ever made. and let 2 or 3 people tell you how great you smell. Oh my God, you smell so good. You want to talk about turn around the way you look at things like that and up your confidence level. Man, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Bold moves are the way to go sometimes. Life's all about little choices and little risks that we take at all times. Little risks can go a long way. That's a little risk. That's minor stuff. But it can be so just grand for your confidence, you know? I made ladies 2 decants of Sicily. There you go. What an experience, right? When I wear masculine fragrances, people come and ask me what the fuck I'm wearing all the time at work because they've never seen a girl pull off men's fragrances where I'm from, and I also wear feminine too. Yeah, because Carrie asks me all the time, is it too masculine? She's at daily. She's asking me about different fragrances, and she's like, is it too masculine? I always make it a point to answer Kara because Kara's a big time supporter of this chick. Kara's always here. So you'll notice the people I answer on a regular basis are people that constantly engage with me on here, on this live stream. That you guys are who I answer the most in comments. It's the one-offs, the random first timers or the burner accounts that are new that I get shit from because of the way I answer, because they bait me. They type out bait comments, and I take the bait a lot. I do. Sometimes I can't help myself. A little scandal's a little fun sometimes, I guess. But yeah, Kara likes to step out. She likes to mix it up because it's a same thing goes with Kara as what I was saying with Selly's situation. The same thing applies with women. It's a confidence thing. You're not going to smell like a man. Red pepper spice is not a man smell. Musk is not a man smell. Certain accords are known to be traditionally worn by men, but with your pheromones and your skin chemistry, it might make something totally unique and beautiful. You know, so if you don't try stuff, you don't go out on that limb and take those little risks I was just talking about, you won't know. You won't know. Kara's a perfect example of that. Absolutely. No worries, Kareem. I'm glad you're back, my man. We're about to shut it down here in a second. Code Absolute is my favorite out the line. That's a lot of people. It's actually my least favorite. I sprayed it this morning. Actually, yesterday, when I was doing the fragrances I hate, I was like, does this deserve a spot? And I sniffed it and I was like, nah, I don't hate it. I just don't care for it. So I'm not going to put the hate label on it. That's what made me smell it yesterday. I was like, does it deserve to be here? Because it is my least favorite code. I just don't. When I first got it, I liked it. The more I spent time with it, I fell out of love with it. It became very cloying vanilla to me. And I love vanilla, but the way that powdery tonka bean vanilla combo is, it's just a little much for me versus the other ones in the line. But most people, I seem to be in the minority on that. Most people love that one. They were talking about it earlier in the chat, actually. I have that coming. See if I'll comp, but if you could recommend a good summer cologne that's unique but cheap. Unique and cheap? Unique and cheap. Those two things are difficult to pair together, unique and cheap, for something that's fresh for the summer. It's a challenging question right there. That's tough, man. Kind of drawing a blank on unique and cheap for the summer, because most of the stuff I would want to recommend smells similar to other things, or you'll pick up similarities. It's a tougher question than you guys may think. It's a challenge. Perhaps depends on how you feel about coconut, because I want to recommend coconut fragrances because it's what I gravitate towards these days. Because like if you could get your hands on something like Tommy's Vibrant Summer, that's like the rave for me right now when it comes to $21 to $25 at the rack stores. Burlington and Ross Dress for Less smells like coconut water, a little spicy green, musky, a touch of sweetness, some citrus. It's really good. It's tropical. Doesn't smell exactly like other things, but it'll remind you of like LeBeau and things like that, but it doesn't smell exactly like LeBeau. That's what comes to mind. I really want to recommend that to you. I really like that one. And I just got back okay from the tanning lady. So let me try to get to the bottom, and we're going to go ahead and shut it down. My wife has Yara. When I gift it from my mom, I don't know if it's good. It's very fruity. Very fruity, leans a little tropical, but yeah, it's fruity, sweet, floral. It's good. The hype's real on that one. My wife's got it. It's going to be sprayed. Tan to Win is the name of the company that sprays us. That's who was texting me. That's exactly who was texting me. Asked about iris because I have some outside and they smell wonderful. I'm jealous. You have iris in your yard? You get the soft live stream clap. Congratulations. That's fucking awesome. I'm jealous. Know which type's the most realistic. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, I have it. It's the one I don't like to reach for because I don't like to just smell like weed. It smells like weed. Early. It goes away after a while, but it smells a lot like weed at first. Just know you're going to smell like weed. You might smoke weed, Kara. I don't know. I've seen pictures of you on social media. You might still smoke weed. Most of my childhood friends do. You know, you might still. You seem like you possibly could. I hope you're not getting upset with me. You possibly could. I don't know. So it might not bother you to smell like that. I don't anymore, so I don't want to smell like that. That's the thing. But anybody that still smokes or is in a state where you got a medical card or anything like that, you probably like it. It's pretty realistic. Like fresh bag. It smells like a fresh bag. Yeah. Dries down different, but opening. Very much so. I hope you were laughing when I was saying that. I hope you didn't get upset with me. Talk heavy. I'm always talking heavy, man. You've gotten to know me better than that, Dame. Come on now. Indeed, sir. Indeed, sir. All right, I'm trying to get to the bottom because we'll be shutting this down. Word. Fuck pleasing everyone. Rather stay true to yourself. Indeed. Indeed. Okay, so now I know where I'm at. That was the suck both of my nuts comment from BG. There we go. People pleasing is too much work. I agree. Room's getting pretty crowded. Trying to figure out where that 1 million plates is going to go. I'm not delusional. That's if and when it'll be a long time from now. That would be a long time. It'd be a lot of dead accounts by that time. You know what I mean? I think it'd take me years and years if I ever get to that point. I'm not saying it won't happen and can't happen. It's definitely possible. And I'd love for that. I'd probably cry like a baby because I just don't believe it'll happen. But I think eventually I'll get a couple 100,000 over time, you know. I'm on pace to be at like 150-ish by the end of the year. I'm at 126. I'm about to hit 126. I'm like 30 subscribers away. I'm on pace to be at like 150 for the end of the year. So cool with the pace, you know. Whatever comes of it, comes of it. Life is good. As long as I got that one, I'm happy. That was the one. I wanted to get that. I got that. I'm happy. Anything else is lanyard. Anybody from South Louisiana loves that I use that word just now. I appreciate that, sir. You're giving us as if we're 150,000 watching. Love and respect, my man. Thank you, Roy. Seriously, sincerely. Teach their own. I've heard a lot of people say that. I don't have that issue with it, but I understand completely. Indeed, Adolfo. Look who renewed. I don't think you've been around the membership for like 2 months or so now. I know you remember prior, but I appreciate it. Welcome back, my man. They said pause. I was looking for Zahara, funny enough. Thought it maybe you would say blue, Seraphine Blue. Honestly, based on what you explained, I think better year-round would be Signature Royale X, honestly. Sandy, good to see you, sir. Watching from Termino, Spain. Burlington 1819. Excellent choice. Enjoy your vacation. Wild and Tobacco. Here we go. So let's see. I'm going to skip down a bit, guys. Yeah, Randy's out. I'm about to shut it down, too, because, I mean, we're approaching 2 hours. I normally don't go this long. It was the long-winded description of the bullshit that I deal with that kind of drug this one on a little bit. So let's see. BBL. Brazilian butt lift? Sure the abs are popping, bro. Go check at ross.jc12 on Instagram. Go over there. This was I'll just show you real quick. This was 2 nights ago. 2 nights after bringing carbs back in. This was before bed. This is before bed. Work hard. Work hard. Shit ain't easy. I've never in my life looked like this. It's a lot of work. I've been working on this for years. I've got a great coach. You know what I mean? I'm so dedicated in the kitchen. That's the most important part. I don't get the rest I should. I don't get a lot of sleep. My lifestyle doesn't warrant getting a lot of sleep. I get 4, maybe 5 hours if I'm lucky. I have to pee all the time now because I drink like 6 liters of water a day. So I'm up at like 4:30 to pee, and I just stay up because I normally would get up at 6 to go do cardio. So like this morning, I was up like 10 minutes before 5 and just got up. I went to bed at like 12:30. I don't get enough sleep. I really don't. That's the weakness in my training is I don't get enough rest. Get your rest. It's important. And yes, I talked about how much I got to pee. I got to pee right now. That's one of the reasons we're about to shut it down. Diet Dr. Pepper's running through me. Our Axe store is absolute trash. Mine, for the most part, have been. And it's not the same. It's in the same family, same vibe, does the same job, but it's not the same fragrance. It is not. Some are cheaper that nobody wears. Shagaf Men's Swiss Arabian. Real recognized real. I appreciate you, sir. I'm trying to get to the bottom. I don't smoke weed. I used to. I've been clean and sober for about 5 years. At least you laughed. I got the LOL. I wasn't sure. I've seen the picture of you in the beanie. I was like, I bet she's still a pothead. I relate beanies to potheads because I used to wear beanies all the time. We would go smoking late at night, riding around. Yeah, I always would wear a beanie. That was my thing. So that's why I relate the beanies to it. You're wearing a beanie in that, actually, in your avatar. There you go. Love you, Kara. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you took that lightly, too. Bro, I've been looking to buy some oud-based fragrances. Sampled Scorpion Intense. I never tried that one. I will blind buy. That's bold. I hate to make a purchasing decision for you. I appreciate the super chat, but it's kind of tough. Oud. Well, if you want kind of oud Fahrenheit, Mercedes-Benz Le Parfum's a little over $40. It's leathery. It has that slight petroleum violet leaf thing going on with a little bit of spice, but it does have a, approachable synthetic oud smell, a little on the sweet side, nice and leathery. It's a little smoked. It's actually really good. It's a very smooth fragrance. I just got it in the other day. I've smelled it in the past when I worked at Mercedes. I just put off getting it forever. I just recently got it. It's really good. It might scratch the itch for what you're looking for. It's a very approachable one. Mercedes-Benz Le Parfum. Maybe look into that. Keep grinding. You will get it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't forget to leave a like. Let them know. You have a good one, sir. That's 2 nights ago. And then I'm going to show you the difference in 2 days prior to that. Carb depleted. So this is carb depleted, much smaller. And that's with some carbs in me, a bit thicker. And that's not really carved up, but that's the difference. I'm going to show you one more time. Because I was 0 carb like 4 or 5 days at that point. We got the loose skin and everything. I mean, I was fat. Of course, I have loose skin, I mean, here's a black and white picture of what I looked like in March of 2021 versus May 20th. This one was in black and white already, so that's why I put the other one in black and white. A lot of dedication right there, guys. I am proud to show it, too. It's a lot of fucking work. A lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice. Mr. Officer, you smell good. Oh, I actually made it to the bottom. Holy shit. I'll be damned. So we're about to shut it down. Let me get caught up real quick, and we're gonna shut it down. See you on the next one. You have a good one, Joel. Banana Republic Oud Mosaic. That's if you like that, you'll like ouds. That's actually kind of challenging for the $20. It does take real dedication to compete. My wife was doing it for a while, and it's definitely not for the weak, is what he meant. Not for the weak of mind. You have to be super dedicated. It's a real art. It's a small percentage of people that can put themselves through this. Savages. I'm a fucking savage. I don't care. Nobody can tell me otherwise. I'm a fucking savage. All right. I have the mentality of that. You have to be to put yourself through this. The body can take this abuse. It's not meant to take the abuse. It's just able to take the abuse and adapt and adjust. Too sexy for my shirt. There you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's part of it, man. You have a good one, sir. Look like a wrestler. Beast up. Yeah, for sure. On that note, we're going to shut it down. Thank you all for coming hang with me. Again, if I would recommend 2 of these 4, yeah, Camuto Om Intenso was solid, but these are the ones. I mean, no surprise for most of you here on how amazing that is. But this is the real surprise. Metallic, sharp white floral, light powder, light sweet, amber wood. Not a lot of citrus, even though it's got citrus in the top. Not a lot of citrus. Kind of ozonic, fresh, bright. Fuck me, this is good. I wish I was wearing my George Atkinson shirt, his Gordon Ramsay thing, the Fuck Me Wow shirt. It's in the thumbnail. The shirt I'm wearing in the thumbnail. Fuck me, wow. Yeah. This is one of the best designers released this year. I would encourage trying this some kind of way, guys. It was like $76 or something like that for 100 ml. It's not crazy. Fragrance Buy has it in stock. I bought all these from Fragrance Buy. So if most of you probably have Uomo Intense already. So this is the recommendation. Try this one. That's a great release. Under the radar. I hadn't heard shit about it. I just stumbled across it. So let me buy it. Pleasant surprise here. So make sure to like the stream before you leave. Check out 6 fragrances that I hate in today's video. If you haven't yet, we got a Carolina Herrera haul video from yesterday. We've got my weekly rotation, which was all blue fragrances that came out yesterday. I'm going to have 3 individual reviews come out tomorrow. I hustle. So I hope you tune in. So a lot of content to do. Thank you guys for coming hang with me sincerely. I appreciate the new members, the renewals, the super chats, lending me your ear. I appreciate all of you seriously. Have a great rest of your day.